Another snowstorm made the roads even more icy and treacherous. This state has precious little experience of Arctic conditions and it is struggling to cope. Well, this community's had a series of power cuts, which is why they've hired their own generators to help them cope. They've also been without water for a couple of days, and even when it comes back on, we've just seen a pipe bursting. Now, it is hard to prepare for a once-in-a-generation event like this, but there is also anger that more wasn't done to plan ahead. And also that when they look at downtown Dallas, the banking headquarters and skyscrapers simply don't seem to be affected by the problems that they're having to deal with here. It is that stark difference, the feeling that the rich elite are somehow insulated from pain, that infuriates many.
Obviously, they're going to have electricity down there because of hospitals. That's smart. You know, we have to, that's where they need it the most. I get that. But, those big companies and all their big lights, that's just screams, I don't give a crap is what that screams.
I just couldn't believe this happened. They should have been way more prepared for this. I've seen where there was situation before and they knew that they should be prepared for having, the electrical power to supply all these houses during a tragedy like this.
Texas has had days to sort this out, but still it is in a state of chaos. There's warmer weather on the way. For many here, it can't come soon enough. Adam Parsons, Sky News, Avondale.
Now, it's possibly the most watched Paris Council meeting ever. I should imagine that's not a huge achievement, really. But last night, councillors in Handforth in Cheshire met for the first time since their unruly Zoom bust-up went viral. This time around, the public were invited and it appears calls for respect and calm went completely unheard. Here's Tom Parmenter.
All day they waited in Handforth. This corner of Cheshire East had notice that their parish council soap opera was to be continued.
It was, of course, their last meeting back in December when it all kicked off.
You have no authority here, Jackie Weaver. No authority at all.
She's just kicked him out.
They now elect a chairman.
No, they can't because the vice chair's here. I take charge. Read the standing orders. Read them and understand them.
The cool head that night was Jackie Weaver, there not as a councillor but an advisor. She wasn't due to log back on for the sequel and just wants peace to break out.
Be kind to each other. I mean, it's not rocket science. But my hope for them is that actually we get to see Handforth at its best, because it does have a best. Talking about local issues for local people.
And so at 7 p.m. they logged on. It was open to the public, so the public joined in. But it didn't go well.
Could I ask you not to interrupt the councillors?
The chairman, Brian, struggled to maintain order.
Please not interrupt the councillors.
Did Jackie Weaver have authority?
Maybe it's the effect of lockdown, but this council has actually prompted lots of young people to find out more about how very local politics works.
But what's been really